And I was like, a nurse, at
Wow.
least a registered nurse and a graduate nurse, for writing a chemistry book. Where are the professors of the chemistry? I don't understand. Tell us about this particular book.
uh, wow, medical chemistry. Let me say there is no science subject I can't teach. Uh, offhand, offhand, with no stress, with no stress. Uh, when I was in secondary school, not that I really have interest in chemistry. I didn't have much interest in chemistry, but I was struggling in chemistry. Let me say I was struggling. So, but when I came out of the secondary school, I was like, if I don't, if I'm not very sharp in chemistry, if I'm blunt in chemistry, my brain is blunt in chemistry. There is no how I'm going to have require score for medicine because I actually wanted to study medicine. So before I met myself in nursing, although that's a story, that's a long story. But I just thank God that I studied nursing because nursing is a very nice course. So I thought that if I want to make a very nice score in my pre-degree days, I need to have a good knowledge about chemistry too. Like my physics was standard, my biology was standard, especially biology. In fact, throughout my secondary school, I was the best biology student, but I was struggling with chemistry. So I took chemistry. I devoted my much of my time for chemistry because I don't know chemistry. So I met a man and the man really put me through. I started loving chemistry. It was just like a sudden change. I started loving chemistry. I started having 90 over 100, like scoring like almost everything in chemistry. So it's now got to a time I love chemistry more than the other subject that I even knew from the onset. I was like, so so this is how. So I remember then during my pre-degree days, my total chemistry score I scored 95 over 100. I scored 95 over
Oh,
100. So
wow.
in my test I scored 29 over 30. So I was like, wow. So I started teaching chemistry more than all other subjects. I started teaching chemistry. Even people know me for chemistry more than other subjects. It was just a student of mine just tested me on physics and he saw that, wow, I taught them well. He was like, do you know physics too? I said, I even know mathematics. I know biology. I know any science subject you can mention. They were like, so you are, you are master of all in science. I said, God is the master. But so what really made me go into chemistry was I would have gone into biology, but biology is very wide. So I was like, what can I do? Okay, because I made easy chemistry. The first edition of made easy chemistry was when I was in 200 level. I
Wow.
published it when I was in 200 level. That was when I was
Well,
19 years old. So I published
really?
it, although the sale wasn't really good. So, but I didn't allow that to discourage me. So, and I was like, okay, if I want to make another edition, I'm going to improve it. So, and I've improved it. The so this is the new one. This is the new edition. This one is very nice, the nicest one, and it covered all the topic in chemistry. And to God be the glory, all the tutorial, most of the tutorial centers, yeah, especially in Oshogbo, have been using it. And we sold copies to Lautech and some other universities like OAU. And I just got uh, two students in Adeleke University. They ordered for like 30 copies. So it's with them. So, and we are still praying that it can go viral. I will be that's the only thing that can make me the happiest being on earth. Like this textbook should go viral because it's a nice one. People that have been using it have been giving me a whole lot of testimonies. Like wow. This is a textbook that you need to publish you need to publish many copies. It needs to go out of Nigeria. This is a nice textbook. So
Uh,
uh,
the, uh,
and
uh,
what really touched my heart to do medical chemistry is nothing. I just don't know, because to even write manuscripts, even publish it, that is not easy. It's just a passion. It's the passion. It's the passion. With nothing, to carry this with nothing, writing morning, afternoon, and night, and you have to attend classes, lectures, a lot of tests and the like. So it's just passion. It's passion. Anything that passion is behind, it's very possible. So it's passion,
uh,
sir. It's passion, and
oh,
God,
that was
and God. God is the number one thing. So passion.
yeah, yeah. The God is the number one. I think it's actually fascinating to hear from you, and because I know a lot of my viewers will be wondering how you are able to write a book chemistry. Wow, you're not even yet you are not even a chemistry student, neither no other degrees in chemistry yet. Where you successfully wrote a textbook, and then there is a lot of testimonies, as you rightly said, are coming up. So congratulations on that. I still want us to talk about this particular book again. How did you write the book? I mean, were you doing copying and paste? Because I can't imagine talking. Okay, I want to simplify this question now. I know we have organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry. The resources that you gathered, how did you got all those resources? Okay, so I was actually asking this particular question again, talking about this. I mean, this particular book that you wrote. Is very astonishing because
Okay, sir.
having a graduate of nursing writing a chemistry textbooks. How? Okay, let me simplify it from this particular perspective. I know we have organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry. Where did you got? All the resources. I mean, the materials. Was it that you copy from? Let me take
Okay.
this particular book. Some other chemistry textbooks you copy and paste. Just tell us in briefly.
About you, like about you, I'm glad. No, 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 no. What actually happened is, um, like I mentioned earlier on, I said my passion for teaching uh, made my passion for writing very easy. For example, it's been since I started tutoring. I've loved tutoring orphans. So virtually all the syllabus in chemistry, I know them offhand. It's not a joke. I know chemistry syllabus offhand. I have notes in my head. I have, because it's what I've taught many students in the past, so it has become part and parcel of me. Even without even thinking, once I open my mouth, words comes out, like words comes out. So it's not about, for example, I want to teach atom. I don't need to go into a chemistry textbook to know the definition of atom, everything in atom, even to the scientists, the year they discover everything. I know them offhand. So it's when I wanted to write medical chemistry, although I won't say I didn't read before I know chemistry. I've read a lot of chemistry textbooks. I've read about Bill, I've read Lamlad, I've read a whole lot of chemistry textbooks, be it advanced or O level. So I've digested them into me, so I know them offhand. So it's those are the things that really helped me in writing medical chemistry. Not that I copied from their textbook straight up into my textbook. If you should put about bio and my textbook, you won't even find anything similar. But because even my textbook is a simplified version, if you should take about bio is going to give you something, but this textbook is going to give you clues. These are clues in chemistry, clues. Like, for example, if you should go into about bio, you're going to see how to balance chemical equation. You're going to see just one method that we've been using that they taught us when we were in secondary school. But here in medical chemistry, there are more than 7 methods of balancing chemical equation. I can use matrix to balance chemical equation. It's not in any other textbook. I can use, it's not in so many other textbooks that you can see all around that are very common in secondary school. So I can use vector to balance chemical equation. I can use algebra to balance chemical equation. So I have more than 7 methods of balancing chemical equation here. And in other topics, there are a lot of methods. Like, for example, solving a question using 3 methods. It's in my textbook. So I'm mnemonic. For example, examples of substances that can sublime. You can see it in a Bible like carbon. Carbons means camphor, ammonium chloride, benzene, iodine, naphthalene, and sulfur. So all those things, those are what make easy chemistry a special textbook. It's a textbook that even if you are lazy, you can use it. A lazy student can even use it, and you still grab a lot of things. It's a textbook for serious and lazy students. A lazy student will read this and he or she won't feel like he's reading something, because we are in a world that students don't want to read again, so they need interesting textbook to capture their mind. So I didn't copy from any other textbook, but I read those textbooks in the past. I've digested them, so I can teach chemistry offhand and I can write anything on chemistry offhand.
Thank you so much about that. That will take me to this interesting part too, to ask you, how do you feel like when people ask you, as in, were there challenges from, from this, experts of a chemistry? They challenge you that you, Mr. Mer, how do you write? How could you write this book? Like saying that you are not a chemist, you don't even MSc in chemistry you don't have, and yet you are telling us you write a book. Were there these challenges?
Yes. But they are not really intense. People just jokingly say, like, I have friends that studied chemistry. Be like, you just come into our field, you write a textbook in our field, and my question, then I would throw them a question that I will be like, okay, you studied chemistry. Okay, have you written any chemistry textbook before? So it means you guys, you are not doing what you should do. Then I'm here to do it for you. they will just laugh it out. They will be like, wow, I'm doing what you should do. So you should appreciate me now. Like, so they'll be like, so that's it. Because I have chemistry graduates that they will be like, even this chemistry you are teaching, we can't teach it. I have chemistry friends that they will sit down in my class and they will find it interesting. They will be like, wow, guys, why is it that you didn't even give chemistry a chance? Like, maybe you should go for another degree in chemistry. I'll be like, no. No, I'm a nurse. So and they will be like, okay, there's nothing that you studied. Why are you not using it? You said you didn't study. Okay, you didn't study chemistry. Everything about you, chemistry. Even talking, if you are conversing, if you are making a conversation, you don't even know when you get carried away, saying it in a chemical manner, kind of. I'll be like, just leave it like that. I think it's in my blood. I didn't study it, but I know it. So it's a different thing. Passion is different from what you study. So it's my passion. Chemistry is my passion.